This is part 2 of my review of the gimbal, the Z1 Smooth C, and this is more of the how I've used it and what I've found about it, how long the batteries last and all that kind of thing. So let's get to it. So I found it really good. It's something that I've actually got used to holding. It's weighty-ish, but it's not too heavy, and so easy to use. You know, put it out, get it out of the rucksack, put your camera in, and start shooting straight away. Not really had any issues with it. You know, it's easy just to slip the phone in, get your camera side out, extend it out, slide your phone in, switch it on at the bottom, wait for the blue light, wait for it to flash, press that once for a second, and then you're on. Obviously then it'll come around with you, it sort of smooths it out so you can't jerk that way. You see it smooth it back out, jerk that way, it smooths it back out. So it's very good at doing what it's supposed to do. I found it very useful. Found the video quality from it to be really smooth. So a couple of other things that really I can tell you straight away is the battery life. Obviously this is a little charger, got 2 little batteries in there, and they last about 15 to 20 hours of actual usage before you need to charge them. You've got 3 buttons, well 4 buttons including the bottom one. The bottom one powers it on. The left hand button is your activate button effectively. The top 2 buttons in normal mode are tilt down, tilt up, and then this one is to actually turn it off, turn it back on. Well, like I say, you can use that button as well to train or to adjust the level of the gimbal, because depending on where you store it, you might find that now and again, or a heavier phone or a lighter phone, it doesn't quite sit. If you're filming a horizon, it doesn't quite sit properly. So for example, you know, you might want to film across like that, and what you find is that this side is pointing further down than that side, so you get a false horizon. And so what you do is press the left hand button twice quickly, you'll see it moves a little bit, and this allows you to actually adjust it, manually adjust the gimbal. So you'll see now it'll dip that way with the down arrow, that way with the up arrow, and then it's just a matter of you training it so that's about in the middle, and then it's a long press, 1 second press, and the light stops flashing and goes back to its normal flash, and then you're back in the normal mode again. That looks alright. And then you've got 2 modes to how the actual gimbal works. So you've got that where I can turn it round, and this is following, and if I do that, it's tracking vertically, so it's staying vertical there, but I can twist it round and it'll follow with me. And then you've got another mode which is just 1 single press, which is where it locks in. So even though I'm moving that now, the top of the gimbal is locked into that angle that you were at the time, and 1 press back, and then you're back in another mode. So if you then want to film across that way, you can get to the angle you want, 1 press, and then film straight across, and no matter how much you turn, it stays straight. So it's so easy to use. Like I say, it operates okay after using it for a few hours. Yes, it's a little bit heavy, just because, you know, these sort of motors, they do, you know, they are, and they've got a bit of a kick to them as well. So if I let go of that, you can see it's trying to sort of self-level itself. So it needs you to hold on, and then it then sorts itself out, levels, everything else. So a strong grip is okay, holds it okay, but mainly let's get to the actual results, see what you think of the results, and then maybe you can make your own mind up whether you actually want to go out and buy one or not. So here's a few clips of where I've used it and what I've used it filming, and see what you think from it. I went out to Manchester and my wife was taking pictures and I was using the gimbal to video around, so you can see here's a little picture of me checking it to make sure it was alright and getting it level. Obviously I'm looking down, but I'm doing a low shot to a high shot there. And then again there, you know, that's just a nice little candid shot of how it's actually viewing what I'm taking a picture of or what I'm videoing. And I'm trying to dangle it over the side of the railings of the bridge as I walk down the bridge, just to see how that looks. That's a look from the back, so you can see the phone, all the gimbal all tied in there. We went to an air show, and at the air show there was a Lancaster taxiing around on a private airstrip. So I thought while it was taxiing around, I'd do a shot of that as well. So basically I've got my normal camera out and the gimbal with my phone on there, and taking shots of how it smoothed it all out, and that came out really well. Very happy with that one. So some low shots and high shots. So obviously a clip of walking around Manchester, and we got to an area of Manchester called Canal Street, where you can see a canal at the side, and I just wanted to give a view of how steady it is while you're walking, or just sort of move around to, you know, what you would normally pan around you need a tripod for and things like that. So if you just wanted to pan around to follow people walking around, you can see how smooth that is, and it really does sort of, you know, stabilise it quite well. So obviously going down for a walk down the street, tried to film it over and around other people walking, so you can see the jolt in them walking, and hopefully how smooth the camera actually is. So you can see there, walking down the street, there is a little bit of movement of up and down, but there's no shake as such, and obviously while you're using it you can still move it around, and then using the buttons to tilt it up and down, to look up and down, whilst walking as well, so that also flows quite smoothly. Still walking and it's still very smooth. Obviously the quality of the video is all dependent on the phone camera you've got, but you know, it's just something that's really easy to use. Didn't see any problem with it. So obviously while we're looking at a Lancaster bomber taxiing around this private airfield, everyone's got the cameras out, everyone's got phones out, everyone's looking at the aircraft. The amount of people that came up to me and wanted to know, ooh, what's that gimbal you've got? What does it do, and where do I get it from, and how much was it? And one of the guys I think actually bought one there and then, so he took a picture of the front of it with the name on there, went on Amazon, because I said obviously I bought it from Amazon, and bought one there and then for delivery next day. That's the impression people get for it, is it's really good. It's like using professional camera gear, you know, all the big jibs that they use with camera gear on that smooths it all out. You can move left, right, up and down, and it's just very, very smooth, and you just cannot fault that at all. It almost makes it look like you've got thousands and thousands of pounds worth of gear when you've actually not. So overall I am really, really, really happy with it. More happy with it than I was when after the unboxing. Because it does absolutely give tremendous results for videoing, and it means that it's a small little thing, you know, that you can just tag your phone into, shove in your pocket or your backpack, and when you need it you've got something there. You know, you want to do some video, you want it stable, whether it's kids parties, whether it's sporting events, or you know, anything that you just want to sort of get a really good video shot of and make it nice and smooth. As long as obviously you've got a decent phone camera, then this will handle the rest. The gimbal will just make that video look super smooth and really professional. Something that you can easily watch then on the telly and it looks fantastic. You don't need any special software to take the shakes out or anything like that. So very happy with that. Battery wise, it took around about an hour and 20 minutes to charge the 2 batteries, and then you're off again, so as long as you just bear that in mind. And they did just literally go, there was no sort of warning or anything like that at the time. They just basically, you know, lost it and it switched off. So maybe see if you can get extra ones of those. I'll see if I can place a link to extra batteries in the description. But other than that, extremely happy and absolutely worth the money, so go and buy one. The link is down below. Thanks for watching my video. I really appreciate you stuck around to the end. Please give it a nice thumbs up click, and also while you're here, if you're not already subscribed, please click the subscribe button. You'll get an email then every time I put a new video online, and get to see it straight away. Thanks very much, and take care, and please watch my next video. Bye.